Hell yeah. It's rainbow hour, which is good. I was like, I'm almost missing it, but there was like a moment I had all rainbows on me, and that's so nice. I dig rainbows. It's late in the day. I'm getting ready. I was working on other stuff, but now I am going to go out to a mic. I'm like, well, I'm dressed up, but I'm crying. I'm like, let me fix that. I don't think it's easy to tell. I mean, the rainbows really hide sadness well. They do for me. Why am I crying? Because, I don't know, fuck, I'm full of woe. Whoa. But I am excited to do some late night jokes in the back of a bar with people I love, actually, a lot, so that's sick. But yeah, I'm going to continue verbal autobiography. I don't know if anyone's watching. I took off my glasses and I can even read the questions from here. I also wrote a tiny font and still printed out like 27 pages of questions. They're Resurrected on YouTube. Verbal autobiography. It's my last will and testament. I live forever, so it's my forever cringe. But if I did die, it would be super duper funny because each video would get at least 2,000 more views. And doesn't need to figure out my YouTube and give money to my parents. I owe them everything. It's a Monday. I know, why am I sad on like a Monday where I don't work? I applied today at jobs that sound really enthusiastic, like the DMV. I would love to work at the fucking DMV. It's Dalton down here in the water cycles. But the DMV would love to have me work for them. I will say that. I am so fucking patient. I feel blessed with this. My spirit of anger is so like justified. I very rarely get mad, and if I do, it's usually because someone I love, I feel like, is getting hurt or shafted in some way. Or I'll just be like mad about systems. Like I definitely get mad about systems. Ooh, I have some shit I could say about like how I feel about, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube again, or I don't want to get kicked off of Instagram Live again, because I love doing this. Even though like the only person probably watching is my mom, if she's not doing anything cooler, which oftentimes she is. She almost went paddleboarding today, but it was a bit chilly. And in case you don't know this, tomorrow, if you're in Sacramento, it's only going to be 77 degrees, which if it was January, I'd be like, yay, but it's not January, it's July. So, I mean, I like a little bit hotter, honestly. I'm like, come on, weather, keep up. All right, verbal autobiography. My forever cringe or last will and testament, however it goes. It's for me so I don't have to feel alone while doing my makeup, because I wouldn't have to be. I could go do my makeup with my parents, just interrupt the fuck out of their TV show or movie, ask a million questions, and they would love me. But I have the lighting in here, and I got like all my rainbows. They're mine. I trap them. No, they're not. I borrow them. They come back every day, though, at different times. Like by, I don't know, a few seconds or something difference every time. I was just laying in rainbows while crying a moment ago. It was hot. It was really fucking hot. Sad girl shit. Like, whoa. Alright. I'm worried that this music is too loud and I'm going to get, like, copyrighted. Okay, just, like, don't fucking tell Dance Gavin Dance. Alright. What's your favorite comedy special of all time? Josh Means, because I was there when we filmed it and it was at Last Unlimited, and there was a roast battle after, and I laughed so hard at one point I threw my head onto a table. I laughed so hard, there's like a chair in front of me. I don't know, I fucking bruised I got like a fat lip from laughing too hard. It wasn't. I was at the roast battle part when Morgan Anderson roasted Artie Valenzuela, which I think they were just doing kind of like a panel roast. But like the way you do a panel roast is like you'll have a joke for everyone, and the joke she had for him. Oh man, I remember it perfectly. But that was my favorite special. I was there for the taping. I watch it on YouTube and see if my laugh ruins anything. Okay. Because I don't think it did. Although I did get a fat lip off of laughing. It was so funny. Okay, oh my gosh. I feel bad not saying it. I mean, like, who the fuck watches this anyway? No one's, I'm not getting in trouble. I could bust out music louder. I don't know. I don't really have tits to bust out, but I could play music louder. She said Artie's so short because he grew up under his mom's massage table. Okay, how do you stay grounded amidst... Oh, this is cute. How do you stay grounded amidst the pressures of fame? Actually, I think that's a really... Damn it. Sometimes, like, I get lucky. A wisdom talks through me without me being wise. And in response to something about fame, someone said to me, like, last Tuesday... some words just came out of me and I was like, fuck, what did I say? Because it was really wise. But like, I know fame isn't great to love. It's better not to love fame. Love what you do. That I think more humans deserve. But if you're doing something for fame, I think it's going to potentially bite you in the ass. Well, my homie, the Lord, when he got too famous, got crucified. So I'm always like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about fame. I would like money, but it is sometimes nice to like get to and from somewhere without people. What's so cute though is like I dress for the job I want. So I'm even on like my off days look pretty damn trying to look cute. Like But my main thing is that like if you're famous, people, you have to be very interruptible because you're famous because people love you. Like you're famous because people like you. So that means that when you're out in public, people would want to talk to you. And I am not very good at being interruptible. Like my mom could knock on my door right now and be like, oh, bitch. And like she could be just there with like cookies and my laundry done or something. And I'd be like, oh, what are you doing? Interrupting me. So like I've definitely gotten way better at it. And when I've been recognized for comedy, it's been like, actually, that's like, it doesn't happen too often. One of the times it did, it almost made me cry. I was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. This is so nice. But like, I guess, I don't think fame is something to aspire for. I think there's other things in life to aspire for. And if that happens, you better hope that you're like, I don't know, ready for it, I guess. Especially because like I really like one of my biggest thing is like to be a good person and then successes that fall in behind it. But it could be hard to be a good person when you're being interrupted and you're like, oh my God, I gotta pee. Or like, I gotta get to this next terminal. Like you're holding up my day. Like, I think that there's almost something that a fame that you almost like owe people. Like it's like the fame is owed to other people. It's not like a gift to you. It's like a gift. You're famous because you are loved by others, and so you need to be ready to love others back. And I am not. I am. I mean, I got a long time. We'll see what happens. But I love people. And I deal a lot with moods. I did lay on the floor in rainbows and cry for about 15 minutes before I got on here. So, like, you know, I got things to stay grounded. Well, I did lay on the floor in rainbows and cry. That was pretty fucking grounded. But I am not famous. And if I was and someone interrupted my time of laying on the floor in rainbows, I don't know how I would feel. I'm not good at answering messages. But I never want to lose myself. You know what I would actually say at this point, like, I don't think I could ever be so famous that it would go to my head. I have had to beat back my own self-hate so much that, like, there'd almost, plus I always understand the stuff with my homie the Lord, he getting too famous. Well, he didn't get too famous, but like, what did that really get him? Perform some miracles, and people know your name. Next thing you know, you're hanging on a cross. Just like, thank God I could come back from the dead. And that's like my main, and like when people are like, what celebrity does Amy remind you of? I want to be like, Jesus fucking Christ. I just don't have miracles. It was a miracle I got up off the floor 15 minutes ago. I was praying for that. I was like, give me the strength to get off the floor. This depression be knocking me today. What's your favorite memory from your time as a secretary? Okay. My friend Donna I worked with was one of the first, and probably like even like one of the first people that other than like my parents and like brother and sister-in-law and stuff, like my my brother's mother-in-law, like my very close like family, that I told that I was doing comedy. And she was like excited because she thought I was funny. I used to make her laugh like over like the stupidest like like dad jokes. I don't know. I forget now. I used to say something whenever she'd like sneeze and she thought it was funny, and she would tell me that Jerry Seinfeld was her favorite comic and that I was her second favorite. And I was like, is this an insult? And she went, not even that long before she died, she actually went on that summer before the fall that she passed away. Let me watch my words, but it's all semantics. She went on a Southwest flight and brought me back a napkin that they had given her, where they're like, hey, if you've got a joke, write it on here for a chance to entertain the plane. And she was like, I brought you back this napkin because when I saw it, I was thinking if Amy was on this plane, she would have a joke to entertain the plane. And I brought it back with me from the cubicle too. I hung it up the whole time there. I brought it back. I'm going to put it on like a poster board, I think, and hang it up in my room with her picture and some other of the good memories from work. But that's one of the ones. And then and this part hasn't ended. So this doesn't have to do with being a secretary. It just has to do with like being in Sacramento. But it was cool getting to work by the Rose Garden and the Capitol, because I would go and spend a lot of time in the Rose Garden. And when things were hard at work, it was a really beautiful place. Really hard not to be happy when you're surrounded by that many colors. And even on the off season, when it was all like trimmed and there were no roses, the promise of the fact that I knew it was a guarantee there would be roses there again was enough to like bring me the comfort. But I will say that Rose Garden on our Capitol grounds is one of the most, I consider it mine. It's mine in my heart. I don't take care of it. I appreciate those who do. It's mine in my heart. All right. How do you juggle multiple responsibilities in your life? I don't. I always like to think that I can juggle, and I'm always dropping shit. I think the other day I told someone, I was like, I'm good at picking things up. Yeah, bitch, because you drop them a lot. You have to be good at picking stuff up. I've said this before in a verbal autobiography. I have this joke I've never done that I always want to do to an audience, where I want to be like, hey, I know you guys think I'm funny, or like maybe these jokes aren't hitting, but turns out I'm actually a great juggler. Like, hey, toss me something, and then I drop whatever they toss me, because that would happen whether I wanted it to or not. And then I'd be like, oh shit, turns out I can juggle. Good thing you didn't drop me. Good thing you didn't throw me something important like a drink or a baby. What's your favorite thing about being a woman in comedy? Wearing stuff like this, but like you can wear stuff like this as a guy too. Anyone could. Like I'm like freedom of dress. It's hard enough to exist. I enjoy, like, did I get to go up in a tutu today that's my favorite part. Like if you were a guy, you could too. I like a tutu. New page, hella jokes. I mean, hella potentials for jokes by answering questions. I know I gotta rewatch so many Verbal Autobiographies. I've never rewatched any of these. I've just been scrolling through, being like, actually, pretty cute outfits. Or I've been trying to go back and be like, what did I wear on Tuesday? All right. How do you handle discrimination in the comedy industry? I actually think that I am at a really blessed point where it's ending. If there was any, like, I'm not aware. Like, I feel like Laughs called me a comic when all I had ever done was, like, bomb on their stage. They're like, like, I feel like right now the comedy industry is, like, very much at a point of, like, come out and try it. Like, we all have senses of humor and jokes to different degrees. Like, of course, I would say I don't make any money, but $10 for Placerville yesterday. So what? Bitch, be ballin'. No money in the bank. Shorty mad sad about that. But $10. That's cash money, yo. I'm not gonna do all my makeup. The outfit is pretty enough. I'm not gonna do eyeshadow, but I will probably do eyeshadow for Tuesday. Usually if I don't do, I'll be honest, I go like maybe at the most 2 days in a row not doing eyeshadow. By the third day, I'm actually wanting to do eyeshadow. I did sick ass eyeshadow yesterday where I tried to mimic the ocean. And I did sand in different levels of wet sand. Color for eyeshadow. Eyeshadow colors are wild. I think I threw it out, but I had like the slip of the makeup names that I wore yesterday, and they're so fucking weird. They're so weird. Makeup names are wild. They're just goofy. Alright. What's your favorite thing about performing at intimate venues? Again, never been offered the main stage at Punchline, but haven't asked for it either, because, like, my mom is an excellent host, and when I host, I like it to almost be like a party a little bit. Fans are friends. If you have a sense of humor, or you like hang out with you're a supporter of comedy or a fan of comedy, like, hell yeah, you're the best kind of friend. Like, and shout out to the friends that bring their friends to the comedy stuff. When I ask people, like, oh, how'd you hear about the show? A lot of times I'll get people are like, my friend. I'm like, hell yeah, who's the friend? It's like the shyest one of the group, but like, it's like, hell yeah, that's like the best fucking sense of humor. And then friends become family. I intend for the whole world to be my family. You could call it incestuous. I think that'll be fun. So that's one of the fun things about an intimate venue is I get to kind of be closer to that, like physically even closer to the audience. And it's more like, okay, the way that I used to dominate some sleepovers and shit, like, I was doing my own comedy routine. I'm like, give me 5 fucking minutes over here. Like, so I like that. I've been because it's very stressful, I think, for a lot of, like, people to blend groups of friends and stuff. But I'd like to do more of that. Like, I would love for someone to love the show so much they come out multiple times, of which I have had. Or enjoy my jokes enough to come out multiple times. That would be sick. And then, like, oh no. Oh, it's spam. Or it's not. Okay, so I'm job searching right now. My phone says this is spam, but I love my phone because my phone will always say this because my phone knows me. So I don't want to decline in case it is a job. I want them to think that I am already working and I don't have time to pick up because I'm so busy working. And so they just, like, let it play out and then leave a fucking message like humans are supposed to do. But it looks like it was spam. I used to, well, joke, not joke, I, like, always want to owe money. Otherwise, I'd get no calls. Okay. All right, let's see. And if it wasn't, if you leave a 1-second message, obviously it wasn't that important. Obviously you didn't need to reach me. Leave a message with your name, your business, and like, and I will call you back. Unless you're my poor mom. My mom literally has to be like, Dad might be dying. And I'm like, all right, I'll call back. Otherwise, I always text her. Ah, man. Sometimes I wonder if text was never a thing. If I would have gotten better at phone calls. Because, like, at my job, I was, like, the main phone call person. Which is a skill I have. Do I like to do it? Not necessarily. But I don't know why. I gotta get over shit that I don't get over. Well, at least I have many, much, I don't even want to use the word time. I just got an abundance of time to figure it out. I figured it out. I figured out how I'm not better. All right, how do you handle nerves before a big performance? This is so cute because ChatGPT asked this question 3 times and they've reworded it. And I think I've gone over. There's a part where at this point, I love comedy so much, and I just so, like, the waiting is the hardest part. When I'm up on stage is, like, I'm obviously nervous because I care about doing a good job, but it's, like, a nervousness, unlike nervousness, like, running late somewhere and not being able to find parking. It's like a nervousness of, like, it's kind of exhilarating. Like, I'm nervous because I'm about to do something I really care about, and I'm excited. I imagine, like, I mean, I don't know for sure, but, like, my sister-in-law, like, having her first baby, my nephew, like, obviously being nervous, because, like, childbirth is a crazy thing, and, like, all of that, but I think, like, also exhilarated, like, excited, too, so it's, so how I handle it, I'll be honest, I like to have a drink before stage. Definitely. I like to have a drink before not stage, too. I like to have a drink. But yeah. I've been low weed, as in pretty much not smoke. I didn't smoke any weed yesterday. So when I do smoke weed, it's going to hit hard. Hell yeah, Henry. I know someone there's going to have it. Hanging loose. Area got weed. This Cali weed is so good, but I am so broke, and I do have, like, you know, it's just, I need to be very, very mindful of what I spend my money on, because I have basically none. That's why I did a lot today, where I'm crying over, not just crying over Medi-Cal, but, like, the stress of trying to, and, like, I'm morally against taxes. Because we know how to spend our money. But I don't have any right now. So, like, but you gotta own up and be thankful that I can get some shit. Because of psychiatry medicine. That's the main thing. I don't really need to go to the doctor. I'm pretty healthy. At least I'm not complaining. I don't mind dying in my sleep. But I'm not breaking any bones. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. The craziest thing I do is juggle. Oh shit, I forgot my primer. Still want to drop on moisturizer. I want to save for moisturizer. That joke about moisturizer being one of my bigger splurges is not a lie. My favorite moisturizer has a body shimmer in it, and it's a small business brand, a girl I had found on Etsy, but now I buy it through her regular website because it's cheaper there. And oh man, it's like worth it. Yummy Butter, YUMMIBUTTA, favorite fucking lotion ever. She makes like 300 cents. I like how the question was, how do you handle nerves before a big performance? And I somehow ended on talking about moisturizer. It's a verbal autobiography. I stand behind it. What's the most memorable compliment you've received about your comedy? I have definitely been complimented on my comedy. I swear I have. I'm processing the many amounts of compliments. And I will say, I have noticed there is a trend sometimes of girl comics getting called unfunny, and people have yet to call me unfunny to my face. There's a trend of girl comics getting called unfunny to their face or comments, and I have yet to. And if I have, I didn't see them. I just think that people can obviously lie like that. I'm clearly funny. But Mark Mabel calling me Baby Bamford was cute, especially when I figured out who Maria Bamford was. Sometimes I'll get one of the people like, you, oh, I swear I got like the compliment like, you get booked a lot, and then like I stopped getting booked. That wasn't really a compliment though. I was like, I feel blessed for that. I just got a pickup though. That's one of the cool things that me talking. You know, leaving my job, because I wouldn't have left my job if the circumstances didn't go so bad. So basically losing it, I would have been there my whole life if I had a good boss, or at least one that it was easy for me to work with. I got some great bookings coming up, and I mean bookings for like 15 to 20, which for me is a treat. I am like stoked. I got one in Elk Grove coming up. I got one on Stockton at the VFW. I'm gonna do like a 15 there. Hell yes. I did a 7-minute yesterday, and I felt like I practiced the perfect 7 in the shower, but I didn't pause for laughs, because those shampoo bottles, they don't really give up the laughs. I have multiple shampoo bottles. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like one time, like over a year ago. This might even be the only time someone told me this, but I was on a show and I had a hard, I don't know, it's like I'm all full of woe, so I was having a depressed spell. But the show, always just love comedy. Whenever someone asks me, like when I'm at comedy, someone's like, one of the other comics are like, "Oh, Amy, how are you doing?" It's always like, right now, super fucking good. Like, this is as good as it gets for me. Like, I'm about to go up on stage. Like, I'm so excited. This outfit would look sick with the top hat. I do have a top hat. If you go back and look at Verbal Autobiography, when I dressed like the mayor of Candyland, I had a little top hat. Verbal Autobiography is almost just worth it for the outfits. That's like almost why I go back to it. It's my own rambles. Amy be talking. How do you handle negative feedback from your audience? So for comedy, negative feedback would be, I guess, not laughter. And I guess you believe in yourself and power through it. I'm too new for any of my jokes not to have been, like, all my jokes are being, my oldest jokes are still getting tags and being worked out. Also, the cool thing about comedy in the community, and like the community develops. So like new comics come in that hear your joke, and I love the like new comics that have a sense of humor too and are like wanting to watch, because they'll be like, I liked your joke about this. Have you thought about adding this tag? And it's like, I've been doing this joke for 3 years. And you're the first person to think of this tag, and that's a dope tag. Oh, hell yeah. I'm not going to sing because hey, but if I sing, I think I get rid of the copyright. If you embarrass yourself, you get rid of the copyright. Is that how it works? But I've never had someone be like, you suck. How would I handle that? I'd be like, yeah, but not you. Or like, maybe if you did, you wouldn't be so lonely and yelling mean things at people trying to make you laugh. Can you share a joke that's evolved over time with your audience's feedback? One of my oldest jokes, my first 5, what do I use? To be honest, I don't know. I don't really use anything for my first 5, except for on 9/11. I have a special 5-minute set for 9/11 only. Come out to Dress to Kill. 9/11 will be unforgettable. 5 of my beginning 15 will be my unforgettable 9/11 specific set. Which the one about when I wrote it from noticing the dead birds. One of the questions was like, what was a weird thing you wrote a joke on? But one of my first ones that not negative feedback, but I did have this place called Touch a Class. Rip, very hard mic for me. I had a lady in the bathroom told me that like 2 months into comedy or something, like 3 months, like that June or July or something. I started in March, so yeah, I guess a few more than that. I don't want to do math right now. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, whatever. That she was like, you're too cute for you do so many self-deprecating jokes. You're like, do you not realize you're cute? I'm like, actually, I don't. I guess talking more about my eating disorder on stage has been something that actually has been good for my jokes. Maybe I should be better about audience feedback and I would be headlining. What's your favorite comedy club in Sacramento? Oh my God, impossible question to answer because the best comedy clubs are in Sacramento. I already basically answered something where they asked me where my favorite place to perform is, and I said Laughs Unlimited because that's the place where I first got called, I don't know, like a comic around a bunch of other comics. Like, they were like, Amy, you're a comic, put your name on. And where I met a lot of like people that are still very good friends with now. I'd say some of my closest friends in comedy. However, I don't argue with me. Like, you gotta come out in person though. I don't really answer messages. Argue with me that Punchline Sacramento is not the most beautiful stage in the world. Punchline SF, such a close second. But we've got the moon. I just love to perform at comedy clubs in Sacramento. Who doesn't? If you're a comic, you should want to perform at comedy clubs in Sacramento. I want to perform at comedy clubs in Sacramento more than I do comedy clubs anywhere else. Although I do want to perform at comedy clubs everywhere else. Like, I was just, I should, for the sake of, if something does happen, I do some stupid shit, and I do die, and then everyone's like watching this 2,000 more times, I should say the names of people so like they get their little call out. But God, you guys are gonna be waiting through hours. If you hear me say someone else's name, then like clip that and send it to them. Andrew Helfrich, who's a new comic, and I think I might know his grandpa. He is from California, but he went to college in, I don't know, the shitty Dakota, the one that doesn't have the presidents, I think. And I'm like, I'm sure the one with the presidents has a comedy club, but does the other Dakota, the one with nothing, have a comedy club? Because if so, I'd love to go perform there someday. Yeah. How do you deal with competition in the comedy scene? I'm not worried about it. Like, I've never had a competitive spirit. If I'm meant to get it, I'm meant to get it. Everything I'm meant to have, I'll get. And everything I'm not, I won't. That's just how it is. Like, we're all individuals. We're so uncomparable. How can you compete? Uncomparable can't compete. And uncomparable all has a place. All right, that's the end. This is very therapeutic. I'm talking into the atmosphere, but like this time I'm going to upload it. There's things with ears. Right here. Ears you can't see. Yes, there are often times, and for everyone, ears that are hearing that we can't see. All right, that's the end though. And when we come back, we'll be I don't know, probably answering a lot of the same questions, but slightly reworded differently, because that's the way ChatGPT does it. And if you do ever want to watch these Resurrected, go to my Instagram page. Go to that little bio thing where I'm like, am I doing this right? And then if you expand it, I know, like, who the fuck expands these? But if you did, you would see the verbal autobiography link, and you would see all my cute outfits. You don't even have to watch a video. You just scroll through them. But it does look like we'll be talking more about the challenges of producing a show, of which I have answered multiple times, but Actually, I want to answer this one because I have the answer right now, and I don't know if I'll remember answering it as perfect. How do you deal, because they actually said specific, not just like challenges to producing, but they said specifically on this question, what's the most challenging part about hosting a fashion comedy show? And that is that I usually plan my outfits, but I also deal with massive amounts of body dysmorphia. So I will have like an outfit plan that I'll even try on every single day up until the show. And then the day of the show just can't fucking wear. I just can't. Like, but that's the whole thing for Dress to Kill. You got to dress to kill. So if I don't feel like comfortable enough to kill, then I get to dress a different way. That could mean I don't even fit my own theme. Hell yeah. All right, I'm leaving this, going back to the real world. I hope I see some people out there. Thank you for existing, especially if you're loving, because that makes it better for everyone. And existing, while good, especially when you're good, is not easy and very rarely comfortable.